You know, today we are in one of the most amazing times when it comes to cameras and lenses. Fantastic autofocus, well-corrected lens, wide open, sharp, zero chromatic aberration, minimal distortion. But sometimes we want a lens that it has character, it's imperfect, it has purple and green fringing, it is soft around the edges, it has swirly bokeh. And it gives our images and our videos so much character, something different. This lens does that. Let's talk about it right now. So let's talk about the build quality and design on this lens. It's beautiful. It's very unique. If you've never used a Pierre Angénieux lens before or seen one, this is what they look like. This comes in gloss black, or there's a matte black version as well. They sent me the gloss black for review. Now, this is what the original looked like, so keep that in mind. So if you have, let's say, a black paint MP, M10R, M11 black paint, this is going to be at home. Now, I have it on a, kind of a chrome finish, matte finish, M7 here. The matte black probably would fit more onto this camera, but you can choose which one you want to go with. But let's talk about the build on this. It is exquisite. If you've never used a Light Lens Lab lens before, there's some of the best made third-party lenses in the marketplace, hands down. They're gorgeous, sometimes almost even rivaling what Leica does on their own. And this lens has that build quality, the aperture ring. It has clicks. It's a little bit softer than a Leica lens, but that sort of brings you back to the era of a cinema lens, and it is beautiful. You feel the tension right there, but just enough. The focus ring glides. It's gorgeous. When you see the build quality of the aperture blades inside of this lens, you know this is quality. Now, it comes in around a weight of 313 grams, so it feels relatively good on an M7 or M camera for that matter. In terms of rangefinder blockage, if I bring it up here, just ever so slight in the corners, it's not going to impede on your focusing or capturing your subject or composition. It's just slightly there, not a big deal. It's not that long of a lens either, too. So it does remind me a little bit more of a 50 millimeter Summicron, perhaps, or a Summilux for that matter. So it does feel really good or fits really good on an M camera, respectively. It is rangefinder coupled, so it is M-mount. So if you want to adapt this to other camera systems that have an M-mount adapter, you will feel at home with this lens, which is great, unlike the original, which was not an M-mount. I mean, it's just a gorgeous looking lens. And these chrome rings that give you sort of a prismatic look, it just stands out. You know, when you walk around with this lens on your camera, people are gonna go, what lens is that? And maybe you like that, maybe you don't. Maybe if you wanna be discreet, you may wanna tape it up. I don't know. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I wish I had a black paint camera though still. Sold my MP a few years ago and mentioned that in a previous video, but yeah, nonetheless, it looks good. It actually looks good on an M3 as well. All right, enough about the build quality. Let's talk about the image quality on this lens. At 1.5, it's got a very beautiful, very dreamy, very unique bokeh. I've seen some things like this from other lenses, but not quite to this level. It's soft around the edges. You get the soap bubble bokeh effect. It's got onion fringing, whatever you want, onion rings or whatever you want to call it, right? It's all that there, right? It's there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you see your subject pop off the frame, it's gorgeous. It's almost like when they created this Pierre Angénieux lens, obviously it was made for cinema, so it was capturing the starlet or the star in the frame as they're filming the scene. And it just brings attention to that person or to that subject. And that's what this lens does so well. It just makes it pop. And you still get that a little bit when you stop it down to f2, but beyond that, it does start to get more of a modern rendering lens, but you're still gonna get that very interesting bokeh to it. Now you will see some very cool flares that come out of this as well. So if you like flares, you're going to appreciate this. There is no lens hood on this lens. The front element is recessed inside of this, but of course you can put a filter on it. The size of the filter is 52 millimeters, just in case you're wondering. But man, it's such a beautiful lens wide open. And it's still sharp. It's still relatively sharp. Light Lens Lab improved the sharpness a bit, improved the contrast. And so even wide open at 1.5, it still works very well for more modern cameras of higher megapixels, because again, this lens was designed in an era where it was just film. So the resolving power may not be the same as for more modern lenses today, but Light Lens Lab has made up for that difference. But it's not clinically sharp. That's the best way to put it. It looks very, very good. Now again, this lens might not be for everybody. I get that, I understand that. Some people like a very modern rendering, creamy bokeh, simple, clean. They want it for commercial work. That's fine. This is not that kind of lens. But again, this lens probably will be your maybe second or third 50 millimeter lens. If you want it to be your primary, you could do that too. But again, it's gonna have a more interesting look. And then when you use flash on this, you'll be surprised at how sharp it is, which leads us into today's sponsor, Xenico. Now I got two of them with me today, the ZF-04 and the ZF-08. The 04 is the smaller of the two, very compact. I got it in a silver color. It'll look great on a Fujifilm X100 series, a Leica camera, M6 and beyond that, modern cameras as well. Let's say a Nikon ZFC, it'll look fantastic on that camera. It's small, compact, it's got a lot of power. You can adjust the power on it manually. It's not TTL or high-speed sync, so keep that in mind, but it's still a very competent flash. Now you get about 372 flashes per power cycle, and between flashes is about 3 seconds for recharge, so keep that in mind. Of course, you can charge it via USB-C. Then you got the ZF-08. That's the bigger of the two. Now I've tried this with the Lumix S5 2X, which I'm filming on, the Nikon Z8, Z9 respectively, and Leica cameras, it's great as well. Now you have more options in terms of power on this. You get around 440 flashes per charge, and it's about 3 seconds recycling between flashes, so keep that in mind. So again, very similar to the ZF-04, but in a slightly larger package. I think the weight is around 30 plus grams, so it's still lightweight. It's still gonna look great on your camera system, and it's gonna give you a lot of power when it comes to your flash. But keep in mind, it's not gonna work great with longer lenses. So the longest I would go on these flashes is about 50 millimeters thereabouts. 28, 35, 50, you're gonna be fantastic. You may be able to squeeze out a 75 depending on the length of the lens, but outside of that, you may see the shadow of that lens kind of coming into your image, so keep that in mind. But I think for a lot of you out there who are street photographers, lifestyle photographers, you're looking for a very inexpensive but high quality flash, check out what Xenico has to offer. By the way, you can click on my link in the description below to find out more about their flashes. Big thanks to Xenico for sponsoring this portion of the video. And now back to the Z21. So if you can't tell already, I really like this lens. I love what Light Lens Lab has done with this 50 millimeter f1.5. I mean, wide open, as I mentioned, it's got this very unique, beautiful bokeh. You know, the flares that come in from the light is unique. The soap bubble bokeh balls, they're cool. And then just the way that it separates your subject from the background is gorgeous. And then when you stop it down, it's a very modern rendering lens. And I know not everybody out there appreciates these kind of lenses. I get that, I understand that. And if you like a more modern lens, I do too. I shoot with a lot of them, right? But if you want something off the beaten track, this may be something to consider. But if not, it's okay. There are plenty of options in the market. But for me, this is one of my favorite 50 millimeter lenses that Light Lens Lab has made to date. I think it's beautiful. Oh, and besides that, I didn't mention this earlier in the video, but you can actually mount this to a Hasselblad X series camera or Fujifilm GFX camera, and it will cover the sensor. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and it looks good. I don't, unfortunately, have a camera to show you sample images, but if you go to the website, you can see those there respectively to get an idea of what it looks like mounted to an X2D and how it performs. So yeah, very, very impressive. So if you want a more vintage look on your Hasselblad or Fujifilm, medium format, another option for you. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this a lens you're looking to pick up? Any questions you have, I'll try to answer those for you like always. Thank you for the support. Like, subscribe, really means a lot. Take care, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.